Alright, good day and welcome to trigonometry. It is given that P equal cos alpha plus sin alpha and Q is cos alpha minus sin alpha. Determine the following trigonometric ratios in terms of P and Q. So we want cos 2 alpha. Right, so straight away, that was given to us. No? So we should know cos 2 alpha can be expressed. If you look at those two, you should see difference of 2 squares. It may express as cos 2 alpha minus sin squared alpha. No? Cos squared. Difference of 2 squares, cos alpha times cos alpha gives me cos squared alpha, sin alpha times sin alpha gives me negative sin squared alpha. So cos alpha plus sin alpha is P, and that one there is Q. So that simply becomes P times Q. P, they want tan alpha. Now take note, there's cos and sin, so we should pick up, we'll have to express tan as cos over sin. So we have to work out a way to manipulate this so that it ends up with a cos and a alpha. Right, so how we go about manipulating it? First we can say P minus Q. Or let's start with P plus Q. P plus Q, cos alpha plus cos alpha gives me 2 cos alpha, sin alpha minus sin alpha cancels. So I can say P plus Q equal 2 cos alpha. If I say P minus Q, cos alpha minus cos alpha cancels, but sin alpha minus sin alpha gives me minus 2 sin alpha. Not minus 2, 2 sin alpha. Because negative and negative become positive. So there, P minus Q gives me 2 sin alpha. And I can express it like that where I get rid of the 2. So tan alpha sin alpha over cos alpha can also be expressed then as 2 sin alpha over 2 cos alpha. 2 and 2 cancels. So 2 sin alpha is P minus Q. 2 cos alpha is P plus Q. So they have expressed tan alpha in terms of P and Q. Right? 11.4.2, simplify. Now they're saying we have P over 2Q minus Q over 2P to single trig ratio. So there we're testing you on addition of fractions. Can you add one fraction to another? So very important, we need to understand denominators has to be the same. So they are multiplying P by Q. So you see that side I short a P, P times P becomes PQ. Here I short a Q, so there Q times Q becomes Q squared. P squared minus Q squared can then be factorized to P plus Q, P minus Q, difference of 2 squares. From our previous example, you should know P plus Q is 2 cos alpha and P minus Q is 2 sin alpha. Over 2 cos alpha, if I multiply out, 2 times 2 gives me 4 sin alpha cos alpha. Right? That can now be expressed as 2 sin alpha or sin 2 alpha. So I can make that 2 times 2 and make this a double angle. So that becomes 2 sin 2 alpha over 2 cos 2 alpha, which then gives me tan 2 alpha. Right? So I hope you follow, hope you understand. All the best. Continue practicing. Let's blossom.